Imagine a world where all of your dreams could come true. A world where you could be your own boss, running your own successful startup, and not answering to anyone but yourself. Well, congratulations, because you've made it a reality. You've launched your own company and are now the CEO. The possibilities are endless, and the future is looking bright. But with great power comes great responsibility. As you scale your startup, you'll need to acquire new skills to keep up with the growth. Fortunately, there are tried and tested tools available for improving your leadership skills at all stages of your startup journey. In this video, you'll learn the importance of keeping track of past successes and how it can help you grow in the future. You'll discover how simple rituals can support you in becoming a better leader and the value of co-founder partnerships and why they're like marriages that need a prenup. So, imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. With the help of this video, you can hone your leadership skills, keep everyone happy and motivated, including yourself, your employees, and even your co-founder. The sky's the limit, and you're ready to take on the world. Are you ready to become the best CEO you can be? Chapter 1. You step into the all-hands meeting, feeling confident and ready to lead your team to success. But as you walk in, you notice something strange. Instead of sitting at the same level as your team, you're standing on top of the conference table, and you're holding a megaphone. At first, you think it's just a strange dream. But then you hear your voice booming through the megaphone, and you realize that this is real. As CEO, your voice carries weight and power. Anything you say or do has a loud impact on your employees, whether you intend it to or not. That's why it's critical to have a strong grasp on how you communicate. Cultivating self-awareness is the key to becoming a better communicator and leader. It starts with understanding how you come across to others, even if it means facing uncomfortable truths. Take Charlie, a fintech CEO who was coached by an expert in the field. Charlie thought he was a passionate speaker, but what he didn't realize was that his manner could turn aggressive, especially when someone disagreed with him. He was unaware of his blind spots, and as a result, he wasn't able to convince his CTO to his advantage. But Charlie learned from his mistakes, and you can too. It's essential to reflect on your natural ways of communicating and identify your triggers. Do you ask questions, listen carefully, and collaboratively explore solutions? Or do you tell people what to do and shift responsibility? As the leader of your startup, you must embody the culture you want to see. This means self-regulating, motivating your team, and holding them accountable without losing your cool. By becoming more self-aware, you'll be able to identify your blind spots and improve your communication skills, becoming a more effective and inspiring leader. So, take the time to turn inwards, reflect on your communication style, and cultivate self-awareness to become the best leader you can be. Chapter 2. You could feel the sweat starting to form on your forehead as you sat in front of your laptop, staring at the email from your investors. They were skeptical about your startup's revenue growth and cost structure, and they wanted to see another investor step in to share the risk. You tried to stay positive and focus on finding a solution, but the uncertainty was starting to take its toll. What if you couldn't find another investor? What if this was the end of the company? Your mind spiraled out of control, and you started to doubt your own abilities as a leader. But then you remembered what the author had told you: your mindset needed tweaking. You needed to counteract your self-doubt by thinking back to your past successes. So, you took a deep breath, closed your eyes, and started to think. You remembered the first time you secured investment for your startup, back when it was just a small idea in your head. You remembered the feeling of accomplishment and excitement as you signed the papers and started to build your team. You remembered the early successes, the positive feedback from customers, and the growth of your company. As you opened your eyes, you felt a sense of relief wash over you. You realized that you had achieved so much already, and that you were capable of achieving even more. You started to write down your past successes, creating a highlight reel that you could turn to whenever you felt doubt creeping in. Over the next few days, as you continued to work on finding a new investor, you pulled up your highlight reel every morning. You read through your past achievements, reminding yourself of your competencies and your strengths. You started to feel more confident, more focused, and more determined than ever before. And eventually, it paid off. You landed a new investor, secured the funding you needed, and continued to build your company into a thriving success. You realized that by focusing on your past successes, you had been able to counteract your self-doubt and create a confident mindset that propelled you forward. From that day forward, you made it a habit to pull up your highlight reel every morning, to remind yourself of your past successes and to build your ongoing confidence. And as you looked back on your journey, you knew that your mindset had been the key to your success. Chapter 3. You woke up to the sound of your alarm clock ringing, which was not your phone. You reached over to turn it off, and then took 5 deep breaths to start your day right. As you sat up in bed, you grabbed a pen and paper and wrote down 5 things you were grateful for. You got ready for the day and made your way to your desk. Before diving into work, you took a few moments to write down 3 tasks you wanted to accomplish that day. One of them was to finish a project that had been on your to-do list for too long. You also wrote down 1 thing you wanted to let go of, a fear that had been holding you back. As you began working on your tasks, you felt focused and motivated. You were determined to accomplish everything on your list for the day. However, as the afternoon approached, you felt yourself losing energy and motivation. That's when you remembered the jumping jacks. You stood up from your desk and did a few sets, feeling your energy return. As the workday came to a close, you decided to wind down with some journaling. You reflected on your day and what you had accomplished, as well as the things you were grateful for. You also noted your wins and losses, and what you learned from them. Over time, you continued to incorporate these simple rituals into your daily routine. You noticed that you were more productive and motivated throughout the day, and that you were better equipped to handle any setbacks that came your way. You even found yourself enjoying the journey of growing your startup, rather than just focusing on the end goal. Like Rafael Nadal's pre-match ritual, your daily routine helped you center yourself and focus on the task at hand. You realized that establishing positive habits and routines was essential for success, both in sport and in business. And you were excited to continue honing your routine and growing your startup with renewed motivation and energy. Chapter 4. You are a budding entrepreneur with a passion for creating unique products that solve real-world problems. You've got the idea, the business plan, and the funding, and you're ready to start hiring people to help you bring your vision to life. But where do you start? As you begin your search, you remember a cautionary tale about Jocelyn, the founder of a healthcare startup. She had made the mistake of hiring a team of doctors to fill the gaps in her knowledge, assuming that their expertise would be all that mattered. But things didn't go according to plan. The doctors weren't working well together, missing deadlines, and leaving their teams confused. You realize that you can't make the same mistake as Jocelyn. You need to know exactly what skills you need to bring your product to market. But more importantly, you need to hire people who share your values and work ethic. Before you start hiring, identify the specific roles you need to fill. You might need a product manager, a designer, or a software engineer, but you need to base the role on your real needs, not just the most common startup job titles on LinkedIn. You might even find that you don't need to hire someone at all.